What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you out there. Maybe you're a big, strong Might Stone, and maybe you're a little, tiny, weak Stone, but we are all in this thing together. Some of us doing well, winning great, going on streaks, and some of us going on streaks the other way, losing out, losing your games, and maybe a nice lose streak to end your league. You don't like to see it, but it does have to happen to some people. Hello and welcome to the show. This is Hunt the Week. It's a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League, and we are in Brothers War. We are. And you want to know how I did this week. You do. I know you always ask every week, and it's annoying. I don't know why you keep asking me. I do okay. I do fine. I used to do really well. These days, I do fine. I went 3-2 again this week. I started 3-0 and then lost my next two. Deck feels good. Deck feels strong. I'm playing black-green, you know, big, stupid artifacts, big, dumb 6-drop, 7-drop, 8-drop things, and then just lots of removal to try to live long enough. And then, you know, some emergency welds to get them back. There's a lot of rares and some mythics in there, and I like the deck, but man, everyone's deck's strong. I feel like every deck I play against, this is, luck has not been on my side this format, because I like my deck a lot. I think my deck's great, but I'm just not getting the luck that you really need, right? I get into the top deck war, and I lose that top deck war. Or maybe I just use my removal one turn too early, and I don't know. Drawing a lot of lands. Drawing a lot of lands in my losses, and my wins are pretty fun. But winning's always a good timer. It's hard not to like winning. But I'm still liking the league. I love what's going on. Took, I think, 2 Mishra packs this week. I took one Urza. One Urza, one Mishra pack this week. Count them up. 1 and 1 for John, for Goku. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco. Yo, Goku or go home. I am a one-time rookie of the league. That's Strixhaven. One-time won a league. That's Chaos 2. And one time I made the Mega Draft for Player of the Year. It's true, I did. It was pretty fun and pretty cool. Got wrecked in the first round by Cody Race and his really dumb aggro deck. But hey, I'm not holding a grudge, and I'm not still thinking about it. Don't ask me about it. What you want to ask me about is, hey, Goku, when are we going to get to Prototype? Okay, right now. Let's Prototype.
There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, and too rare to die.
All right, as I record, I'm recording a little early this week because, frankly, my Thursday is very, very busy, and I don't like getting the podcast out as late as I have been. I'm in busy season at work right now, so the podcast is it's falling behind a bit. It's falling behind a bit, and I'm putting it out later. I'm staying at work later. And I'm just coming home and working on it real late into the day. But this week, Wednesday, I figure it's better to get it out early than late. This is your top 8 as I record on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Kyle W., number 1, 16-4. Christopher S. Stems, 15-3. Jordan M. J. M. Tron, 14-4. Sean S.P., 14-4. That's Towrand. Dan A. Beatdown Bringer, 14-6. John R. Ged back in the top 8. John, I like it. 14-6. Spaghetti Mitch. Mitchell S. Spaghetti Mitch. 13-5. And Caleb G. Why not? 13-6. Got a lot of great players up there. And if I said your name, congratulations. You're doing great. And if I didn't say your name, hopefully you're right outside that, the top 16, you know. Doing what you can. I'm doing what I can. I'm in the top 25 at the moment. But, you know, that's fine. My main goal is to be top 50 to get my money back. So I think I'm going to do that this league, barring... No, I think I did it. Even if I crash out at this point and lose 2 games, I think I'm doing all right. I got really good tie breaks. I played Kyle twice. I played Caleb twice. I'm just playing a lot of good people. Played Pierre Mark. Played Daniel G. Played... I don't know. A lot of people. I'm playing a lot of people, man. Getting my games in early and often, as they say. And we're going into week 5, so there is not a lot of people alive at the end of week 5, right? This is week 4. We're going to have our in memoriam later in the show, and we're going to say goodbye to some well-known names in the league that we know and love. And by the end of next week, we're going to... very few people left when we get into week 6. Next week, we're going to talk about the week 6 problem, the week 6 break down what you need to do, what you can't do. But this is week 5. We're not going to do that yet. And normally this is where I kind of break down what I think you need to do in the format. And I don't know. I really don't know because this format is just bonkers, right? I think it's crazy. Every deck is super strong. I think you either want to be a very low to the ground, very, very fast aggro deck. Please only play 2 colors. Can't say it enough. Please play 2 colors. Unless you open some great fixing in some other set. I mean, go on. Go off, king. Oh boy. Or queen. Go off anybody. Just go off. Okay? And other than that, I think you just want to be like a mid-rangey deck that can generate a lot of value. Like whoever gets their value engine going seems to go over the top and get the win. So you really got to have that value engine, those big, strong, broken cards. You got to have your Phyrexian Portal, you know, your City Leveler. There's a bunch of big, dumb cards out there, right? Your Warm Coils, your Seraph Angels, Steel Seraph. You know, there's just a lot of good cards out there. You got to be careful. You got to keep them alive, and you got to win your games. You got to play tight, you know, keep a good hand. Is it a mole? 3 lands, 4 other cards. I mean, you're probably keeping it, but what are those other cards? Do they not do anything till turn 4, turn 5? It depends, man. Sometimes these games are real slow, and everyone just kind of plays their cards and gets their artifacts out. And sometimes, it's 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, you're dead. And it's a flip of the coin which way that goes. But be prepared. Have a plan. Have a sideboard plan against what kind of decks you think you're going to see. And at this point in the league, you've probably been doing a lot of sideboarding already. So you've probably got your plan. But get used to it. Get ready to sideboard and get ready to bring in those answers that you may not have in your main deck. Well, this week I played a Monday night Magic deck in Richard's Throwdown. I don't know what they call it. The Throwdown. The stream it. And then they put it on YouTube, and Richard and right now Dan A are commenting on it. Didn't watch back my game yet. We'll get to why maybe later. But I got to play against Rafael F this week in the Monday Night Magic game. I really can't recommend these things enough. Richard takes a lot of time out of his week to plan and do these things, and I wanted to be a part of it. I know he had a hard time finding some people this week, so I said, you know what? I like Richard, and I like the league, so I'm going to step up and put my name in the hat. Boom. Drew Rafael, who was on his death match. I'm sitting there 11-8. He's 3-10. I'm going to knock this guy out. You know what I mean? But before it happened, before we had our game, I sat down and I brought him on the show. So join me while we unearth some things.
Looks like it's time for us to unearth a couple things.
That's right. I unearthed this week with Rafael F., my opponent, in the Monday night game. Before we played, we came on, we talked, we maybe even made a bet about the game. So why don't we go ahead and listen to that now? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I unearth some things with Rafael F. Thanks for coming on the show, Rafael.
Hey, listen, thanks for the invite, John. Glad to be here. Talk some magic.
Happy to have you, and we're going to do it, my friend. I got to ask you the same thing I ask everyone. When did you start playing Magic?
I don't remember the year. I want to say 2018, 2017, but it was the Dominaria block right after Ixalan.
Okay.
So that was my first introduction to Magic coming from Pokemon. And I spent a year getting balked by everyone. Just played a bunch of drafts, and I don't think I ever won a single event. I played a lot of black-white, and I realized that was a terrible archetype.
Hey, man, persistence pays off, though, right? Practice, practice, practice. And, you keep drafting, you get good, as the kids say. And here you are in the league, and you've been crushing it. You made a top 8 in here.
I mean, Polar Bear did a lot of work that league, to be honest.
Hey, Polar Bear, we were talking about it a little off air. Polar Bear, I would love to open that thing. Seems real fun. It was broken and everyone hated it, but it seemed fun if you had it. It's like Oko. It's like, yeah, you don't want to play against it, but if you have it, you're having a great time.
Oh, 1000%. Even Oko himself. Did anybody open Oko in Eldraine League? I don't remember.
I did play Oko in Eldraine League.
Did you?
Boy, yeah, there were some salty feel bads in those games.
Oh my gosh.
I
Did the
definitely
games just feel lopsided when you played them?
Mostly if you played them on turn 3, it was like you couldn't lose. Like it was really hard to lose those games, and people would just give up really quick and then send a message like, "Hey man, nice deck," blah 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 blah. Like people weren't happy. And I'm with it, with good reason. I was like splashing it, and like it never should have worked, and it happened way more than it should have. Yeah,
I
Oko
always
was Broko.
he's a funny card because a lot of people forget how broken he was. I have to remind people. I forget if it was Legacy. It was one of the older formats.
Yeah.
Mono Red splashed him. If Mono
Really?
Red is splashing Oko and winning events, I think we have a problem because that's two
Yeah.
pips off color.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. I remember when Treasure Cruise got banned because Mono Red started playing it. And then yeah, if it's playing a Civic card, things are getting really really bad.
It tells you things are wrong, but yeah, that's when I definitely started the league. Did you start around that time or
Uh,
Magic in general?
Magic, I started. Look at you. You're the first person to ask me questions. You're turning it all on me. I started around Cons Block. M21 is the set that I hold is the set that got me started, and that's just good old fashioned, Firecats 4/1. You put a lightning claws on it and give it first strike, make it a 7/1 first strike, and you just start swinging. Oh boy, good times.
Ooh, vanilla. Gotta love the vanilla era,
Oh,
right?
so much vanilla stuff, and then you had Mutavault in there. You opened that, you made like $50, and you made 50 tickets. Played for like 4 more drafts in Magic Online. Core set Magic, man. It's easy. It's but complicated in its own right, and it's I don't know. I miss it. I know they don't do core sets really anymore, but I love them. I really do.
I wonder if they'll bring them back. Was Cons the Block a lot of people complained about and left?
Cons was people love Cons. Cons is known as a really good draft block, and it also had fetch lands, so it had really good value.
Ooh.
So Cons was really good, but then it was like that was back when they did block formats. It was Cons, and then it was Dragons of Tarkir. No, Cons, Fate Reforged, then Dragons of Tarkir, and Dragons wasn't great. And then as you go, the draft format changes because you add these different sets in. And then those sets weren't great once it wasn't all triple cons. Triple cons. That was the set people really liked.
Is that the morph? The one with the morph mechanic?
More morph mechanic. You would play like 5-color lands with all these tribes, 3-color tribes. You had worse triomes at the time, but the morph mechanic made up for it. It was just fun, a real fun mechanic because you never knew what they had. And if it was a Sagu Mauler, oof, 6/6 like hexproof trample, oof, you're having a bad time.
I had a bad time overall. I think I accidentally played a draft event there, and I just remember the guy morphing something. I didn't know what anything did, and I didn't play Magic again until Dominaria came out.
You really had to know the format to kind of know what the morph cards were when they played them, and that was fun to try and call them out. And then when you were wrong, you're like, oh, you felt bad. But we got to talk about current Magic. We got to talk about Brothers League, Rafael. We're in it. We're playing tonight actually on Richards. Monday night throwdown. It's Monday as I record. Actually, in about an hour, we're going to be playing. And boy, yeah, I got it in for you. Well, let's talk.
So Brothers. I have to ask, what are you excited to open?
Hey, you know what? I'll take that Phyrexian. I'll take that Phyrexian portal thing. Everyone keeps opening. That thing looks good. Or some just off. Give me like a Vow Bomb. Give me the Celestis. I love the Celestis.
Would you play the Celestis? Is that the one that whenever it flips, you draw a card?
Yeah, flip, you draw this card, you gain a life, and it's an artifact, and it taps for any color. I'll take the Celestis, actually.
That's spicy.
What about you? What do you want when you lose?
You see, I really don't think I want anything because you're going down, John. You're going absolutely down. Okay. Yeah. I think if I lose, though, I appreciate free entry into the next event since this will knock me out.
Oh no! When you say free entry to the next event, what does that mean? What about it makes it free?
Oh, I'm joking. You know how Cody was paying for people if they beat him? The new people last league.
Oh, you should be playing Cody, man. What are you doing playing me? But what were you playing? I mean, I know I'm going to find out soon, but you're 3-10, so this isn't your best league. But I'd still like to get your opinion on what you think about it. Are you still liking it? Are you having a bad time, or do you like this new 2-pack mechanic? What are your thoughts?
So, I mean, I love the league overall. Change is always good. I know a lot of people were saying that the 2-packs could definitely offset the feels bad of opening bad packs. So having a choice is definitely an interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
And it makes some interesting deck building decisions since you have a path. I think, sometimes both packs are really good. And it's like, this down here has a Vow Bomb, right? Maybe like one color card with your current build, while Brothers War might just have generically good cards to keep building a generically good pool. Yeah. And I've always been of the firm belief that you should always stick with the set for the league just to build a base. And then week 3 or 4, once you kind of have a color down and you kind of have a working deck from there, you can kind of start branching out to other paths.
I like it.
But this league is really interesting, you know? Like you take some people, they chose some interesting, flavorful picks off their first or second loss and started building off that. And their decks are working wonderfully well due to that. So this league feels like a breath of fresh air, if you will. Like most leagues were duking it out back and forth with just good creature quality. But now we're seeing different kinds of mechanics to win the game. You're seeing Mill. I think Adam was joking about it, saying Mill would take over the format towards week 6. And there's a few people playing like what's that? The Millstone? Is that what it's called?
There's like the Keening Stone, and there's Millstones also in there.
There's just so many options, and so it's really cool to see in the league. I myself am not having a wonderful time deck wise. My games are still fun, but it's just not performing where I'd like it. I haven't found the right lane to go with my deck, and I think it's fine. You know, I've been trying green black, green red, white blue, red white aggro. I've tried a bunch of things, and I can honestly say all my games have at the very least been fun.
Yeah, I'm seeing that I'm not getting as bogged down with like a sameness in games like I did in Dominaria League, where everything kind of felt like 5-color soup with those outriders coming down and just very repetitive patterns. You know, this one it's like I am playing against aggro and I am playing against like green black graveyard. Then I'll see a soldier's deck, and you know, they'll get me with a blood curdle or some weird Ikoria card that I wasn't expecting. You know, I'm like, oh, that's right. You know, you start seeing these weird different cards pop up, and that makes it really interesting. Because
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, not just being strictly Brothers War. I think it's been a real fun. I took a Mishra pack earlier today, actually. A Strixhaven pack had Teferi's Protection in it. Will you see that later? I don't know. You're gonna
I mean, I don't think pack shows in today should be usable, right? I'm just
I mean, I don't know. You're really scared of Teferi's Protection? Let's find out how this thing's gonna go.
We can make stipulation rules. Both of us can't use any packs generated for either of us today.
Any packs? I'll tell you, I only took one card out of that pack. I actually wasn't very happy with it. The 2 packs I had today.
It was a tough choice. I was definitely hoping you picked the Teferi's Protection. Yeah. I hope you don't use it against me, but I'm glad you took it.
Oh, we'll see. Stipulation. I'll put it in my deck and just hope that maybe it'll work out.
You can play it. You just can't play it, if you know what I mean.
I'll play it. Well, I'm excited for our match, man. These Monday night things. Have you done them before? Have you done one of these?
Oh, you don't remember the last time I did it?
Was it me and you? No. I haven't. I never brought that up on the show because but if we want to, yeah, the last time you did it, I did hear about that.
Oh, I joke about it all the time. I was just an idiot, and I think I thought it was Fireball or something because it has a 1 casting cost, and I wanted the cool art, so I didn't pay any attention. I just saw Strixhaven art, so I slapped it in my deck, and then game 3 I sided it in. It just feels so bad because I think the game I won, but I lost.
Yeah,
since it's illegal. But hey, listen, you know, we all make mistakes. It is what it is.
Yeah, what happened was Rafael had a copy of Lightning Strike in his pool, and then accidentally put in, I think it was 2 copies of Lightning Bolt. I think there was one we were replacing, the other one I don't know where it came from. But then you sided into a game. People are like, "Oh, Lightning Bolt's not in this format," and yeah, you got a game loss for it. And then I felt for you because I know that you actually went on to do great in that league for getting a game loss too. Because you got a game loss and you continued. I think you're top 16 that one, I want to say.
Yeah, I think I was 1 win away from top 8. But hey, listen, you know, those are the leagues I look back on, and at the very least, it's always going to put a smile on my face. The day I did that, me and Rich joke about it. It's just like one big old league joke.
It happens, man. It's not the first time I've seen someone play a card that wasn't supposed to be in their deck, and it's not the last. It's gonna happen. I've caught myself with a card in like sealed deck tech building. I'm like, wait, what is this card? Why is that there? And they're like, nope, get that out of here. You know, like
it messes with you sometime. I've learned at the very least just to import my decks from sealed deck tech and not get fancy with it.
There you go. Don't get fancy with it. Keep it clean. Keep it simple.
Raphael, keep it simple.
Raphael, I'm excited for our match tonight, and you're going down. By the way, I'm gonna knock you down a peg. I'm gonna take you out, and I'm gonna read your name later on in the segment where I read the names of the people who get knocked out.
You want to put some stakes on the match tonight?
Sure. What do you got?
How about winner pays for the next guy's league entry?
Deal. Okay. You got me to make you the Cody bet. Okay. All right.
Put some spice on it, right?
We got some spice. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, I'll tell you what. I already lost a game today, so maybe I'm starting a streak. You know, losing this and get my money back. Actually ain't the worst thing in the world.
Listen, keep the cold streak going at least for one more game. Money's a little tight around here.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. I made this bet up, so I'm like, oh man, maybe I should lose $10. I don't know.
That's the B though, right? Just $10 for the league. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
great.
nothing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. All right, well, we got a stipulation on our match tonight. Rafael, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Magic card?
My favorite Magic card, huh?
I gotta
I,
know, man.
it's got to be Lightning Bolt. Honestly, though, I think it really is. Back
Really?
when I first started playing in Standard, I'm not sure if I think it's probably Shock, but let's just call it Lightning Bolt for now.
Sure, yeah. Red burn spell that costs 1 mana.
Yeah, when Goblin Chain Whirler was just running through the format
Oh,
and Mono
yeah.
Red was super good, I played that and I fell in love with Black Red Sacrifice,
Yeah.
Omat Courier, Heart of Kieran, and I think that's when I truly fell in love with Magic just because of that archetype.
Oh man, the black red sacrifice. Sawyer knows a thing or two about that archetype, and boy, that's a fun one to play. That's a really fun one to play too. You take someone's thing, you sack it, you get value. You know, you hit them with their own stuff.
Oh, it's so great. You have hand disruption, incidental life loss, just a lot of moving wheels in the cog that I really enjoy. Am I great with it? No, but I'm decent, and I enjoy the skill ceiling.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, right?
100%.
We're all gonna win. We're all gonna lose some of the time. You're gonna lose tonight, but we all lose some of the time. And it's you gotta have fun while you do it. Because if you're not having fun,
what's the point, right?
Yeah. Oh boy, you're gonna hate it if you're not having fun while you play it, right? It's part of the fun.
100%.
Now, Rafael, you've been in the league for a few leagues now. I've seen you around. At least going back to Brawl League. Maybe what was your first league?
It was the
Family
Streets
one?
of New Capenna.
You did pretty well in that one too. I remember you were a newbie that I had my eye on as someone that was doing well, which means I didn't want
Well,
to.
hey, listen, my dates are pretty open. But honestly, that was a really good league to join, having a team behind you to help you craft your deck, because you doing better instead of it helps them do better also. That was just one of my probably favorite leagues, and I still have the Obscura sleeves that I still use to this day.
Yeah, the family leagues and the leagues where we all break off into factions are always really fun. Those are always a good time, So I'm sure they have one coming up soon because they do one like every quarter, it seems. So we'll have another one soon, and hopefully, if you get to be a Don or a family leader, that's also a lot of fun.
I'll leave the Don stuff up to you. Were you a Don in that league?
I was a Don. That's where the podcast came from. The podcast was something it was Riveteer Radio. It was something I just did for my family. And at the end, I shared it with everybody, and people liked it, so they asked me to keep doing it, and I did. And here we are.
I'm trying to remember, how did the Riveteers do that league?
I mean, we won in the heart category. Whoever had the most heart, which I mean, that's kind of what we were going for,
How is that dictated?
It was most podcasts, and whoever really gave their all, and really left it all in the field. Those are the people who won that award.
Well, hey, listen, I'm glad you won it because we still have you here.
yeah, we did. Now you were on the winning team, I think, right? The team that just ran away with it, and
our team was stacked though. When you look back at it, looking at I didn't know who those guys were when I think I was trying to be Brokers first and Obscura second. And I'm glad I got put on Team Obscura because I think Sawyer was Obscura, Cody was Obscura, and you had two other pretty hard hitters.
Yeah, I want to say Caleb was, I think. You were that was that league. That league. We don't need to talk about that league. You know what we should talk about? Let's talk about one thing that you would change. You've been in the league for a while. You're Obscura going all the way back. Well, what's one thing you would change? You've seen a lot, man. You've been disqualified, right? You've been not disqualified, but you've been punished. You've seen both sides. You've seen it all. Well, what's one thing that you think should change in this league of ours?
That's a really good question. There's a lot of great ideas being batted around about things in the league that could change. And one, of course, was attempting 2-packs instead of 1, which I think is always great to try out. As of right now, there's nothing that glaringly sticks out to me. I know a lot of people don't like how some players will poach people with bad records or newbies, but the LMF bot is being widely used, and I think that's a great solution to that. And we also want to keep the integrity of the league alive, where you can seek people out because they can just tell you no.
Yeah.
So honestly, there's really not much. I like the league as it is. It's a thing of beauty.
the LFM bot has really changed because I don't like metagaming the league, right? I try not to look at pools. I I try not to look at what people are doing. And when it used to be when we didn't have the bot, someone would post it, and every time I'd be like, okay, what's their record? Okay, now who are they? Okay, it's like I'm so happy to have that gone because I did not enjoy doing that, but I felt like I always had to do it.
Oh,
It's like
100%.
I didn't want to be playing the person in first place and not know it, and that's I'm so glad to have that anxiety taken off me where the bot I just put my thing in and whoever plays I just play them. I don't worry about any of that stuff anymore. Like if I play someone who's doing well, I'm like, that raises my OMW. I have a great OMW right now, by the way. I keep playing all these high ranked people. I hate it.
You gotta look at the positives. That OMW comes in clutch towards week 6,
does.
right?
It does. It's the long game, the OMW. It really is. Like a lot of the newer players may not understand that, but like those tie breaks, when you're on the good end of them, it's gonna feel really good. And when you're on the bad end of the tie break, you're gonna remember it. You're gonna remember.
I think 2 leagues ago, I think the Dominaria League, I don't know if it was me or I think it might have been Emmett or someone that was slightly nudged out by OMW right there towards the end. And so it's, play good people by all means. I like the LFM bot just mainly because I want to play good people. I want to play all kinds of people. I don't want to care about your rank. I look at the standings a lot. So sadly, when it's a smaller league, I know who sits where. And like your mind just wanders. It's like, oh no, I'm playing John and he's first place. His deck has got to be good. Yeah. But then also at the same time, though, if you're in first place and you haven't opened many packs,
that's true. There's always the other side, right? Yeah, there's always a chance, right? People always get screwed. It's like I've definitely lost plenty of games because I drew 5 wins off the top, and couldn't control what I was doing at all. Like it happens to everybody. So even the best players,
bad moments, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't feel bad if it's stuff I can't control. Because if I just lose to like flooding out, like what was I supposed to do? I couldn't do anything differently. If I lose to like, better. Yeah, right. Dude, that shuffler's broken, man. I'm telling you, that shuffler has been broken. They gotta fix it. I gotta ask you, we gotta start wrapping this thing up. I've had a pleasure talking to you. It's been a joy, of course, and we got a game here in about a little less than an hour now, so we gotta go get our game faces on. Tweak our decks, start metagaming. I want to know what's your greatest Magic accomplishment. Now, this can be, you opened a real expensive card. This could be that you beat your friend real bad when you started, and you always look back on that fondly. So what's something that you hold near and dear in your Magic career?
Honestly, it's probably when I just came to Magic. So I was playing Pokemon pretty hardcore. I competed in the World's Open event, and then I realized there was no money in Pokemon. And so it's, a friend of mine always kept saying, Magic is the greatest, money game in the world. They barely reprint anything. Hindsight 2020. Look at us now.
Yeah, here we are, secret layers of plenty.
I know. But I moved over to Magic because of the I forget what they're called. RCQs? Is that what they were called?
Yeah, the RCQs. Yeah.
Absolutely love the RCQs. So I have about 6 or 7 stores in about 30 minutes of me. And I would literally run to all the RCQs competing.
Nice.
And I would just I would top 8 or I top 4 me split, or I just win the whole thing. And so I was able to really amass a pretty large Magic collection just due to that. I have this stupid box behind me that I regret buying, but it lights up to hold commander decks. It was like $300. And at the time I was like, this is neat. Dude, I don't carry that thing anywhere. But my greatest accomplishment is probably winning enough to build 2 modern decks that I was able to start competing with in other RCQ events.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're playing standard or limited at first?
At first it was limited, and then standard, and then modern.
Nice. What's your modern deck of choice?
It's got to be Dredge. You don't really need much of a brain to play it. I'm being
Dredge.
I tell everyone all the time. Everyone goes, what do you think is the best way for someone to enter a format? And I say, play aggro. Play something that's quick and fast. Because you're going to face dirtlers. You're going to face people where their hand's not great right away. And if you have just the aggressive start, your deck will just pilot itself. Maybe some minor decisions you make, but the deck does the work.
Yeah, I remember my first GP I played, Red Deck wins. I think I went 3-3, but it was fun. It was like that was the first thing I gravitated towards too. Was like, red. It's like I'll just put things down and turn them sideways, and hope to win. And sometimes you just do. Aggro is still a very viable archetype, right? Even in our league.
It's balance, right? you have to balance out those dirtily control decks somehow. And Justin P is the aggro guy in my mind.
See, that's funny. For me, it's Steve Stout. I don't know what he's playing this league, but I feel like every league I've played him in, he's always on an insanely aggressive deck. I'm like, you're just the aggro guy, man. Like, and he always does really well. He always like has a great record. Cody, he's more of a tempo guy, but Cody, he plays control decks that I think are actually aggro tempo decks. As he always gets down the creature on turn 1 or turn 2 and like protects it the entire game. It's like, yeah, you're playing like an aggro game.
He was saying before, I think in his heart of hearts, he loves aggro. Because I think when he won Player of the Year, he won it with an aggro deck.
Oh yeah.
And I told him, as long as I've been in the league, I've only seen you play like blue.
Yeah, he only plays blue black, but man, he's always doing something real spicy and fun. You know, I love Cody. I love his decks. They're great.
I'm right there with you.
Well, Rafael, it's been great talking to you, man, but we got to wrap this up and we got to start getting ready for our match.
You gonna prepare your casket or should I buy it for you?
Oh, come on now. I got 2 more questions for you real quick before we go. Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon Snorlax, no questions asked.
No questions asked. I'm a Scyther guy myself.
Scyther.
Oh yeah, Scyther going back. I like the Snorlax though. That's a good one.
Scyther's definitely a good one.
And how you doing in fantasy? I know you're a big fantasy football guy. You making the playoffs?
Yeah, me and my wife both made the playoffs.
Hey, congratulations. I'm glad to get you on. Like I said, I've been seeing you around the league for a while, and I always appreciate the things you contribute and have to say. Always bring a smile to my face with your little jokes, Rafael. So I appreciate you, man.
I try, John. Just for that, I'm going to amp up the amount of joking I do.
We got it. All right. And I wish you luck tonight, my friend, in the battle. And let's go to the next segment where we figure out who actually won that game.
Oh.
And as I record, it is Wednesday, and we're way past Monday. The game's over. Please go find the YouTube video and watch it. If you want to watch it and find out who won first, pause the podcast now and go back and watch it. This is your chance to do that. If you don't care and you want to just know, I'm going to tell you. So spoilers ahead. Okay. Hopefully you paused. If not, I am sorry. Rafael beat me. He won. Watch the games, man. I had some... he had good draws and I had bad draws. I mean, what can I say? My first game, I think I kept 4 lands and drew like 5 more lands. Second game, I went nuts and I beat him pretty good. And then third game, we got down to basically like I had stabilized and I was at very low life total. And he just top decked 2 very good cards in a row. And I went land. And that was the game. That was it. But I won $10 because I lost. So I'm going to be there. I wasn't not going to be there for Plane Chase League. Plane Chase League is coming out. That looks real exciting. I haven't delved too much into what it is and what's happening with it, but I want to take a look. But I'll be there, and courtesy of Rafael, who immediately sent me $11, he said, in case there's tax. So thanks for that, Rafael. Take that money. And I'm going to get top 50, so joke's on you. I'm already going to get my entry fee back, buddy. Joke's on you, man. You're going to keep Goku in this thing for a long, long time. You don't know how far I can make $10 last in this league. I still am riding off my original $10 year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. Over 2 years. Oh, my God. Do really good in one league. It lasts a long time. And then if you do really good in 2 leagues, again, all you got to do is top 50. You get into the next one. You do that enough times. You have 1 or 2 good leagues. You can kind of go infinite like your boy Goku has done. Well, now is a very somber and sad part of the show. This is where we say goodbye to those that are no longer in the league.
Ted, it's the Grim Reaper, dude. How's it hanging, Death?
You will come with me.
We can't. We gotta get back to the babes. Ted, we can't. We're dead, dude.
That's right. This is week 5, and we've lost some people, man. What can I say? We've lost a good amount of players, and we're gonna say their names in memoriam now. Lot P. Lot. Carl C. Technicolor Arborist. Nick S. Najisi. That one's one of my favorites. Lee B. Magic Morning Brew. Kevin I. Knee. 1993. Jeremy E. Lorgoif, I tip my cap to you, sir. Sorry to see you go. Marley L. Beauty and the Gitrog. I love that name. That's a great one. Eric S. Smite. Rylan B. Saber. Nicholas K. Bionic. Eric C. Ecope. Stefan J. Oh no. Saijao. Oh boy. Marshall W. Scribbles. Sylvan T. Aquitos. Thomas H. From Cerro. David S. Sir Loser. I want to point out that he dropped. He was never actually eliminated. He dropped. Kevin C. Kevin! Also dropped. Mike P. Unwieldy Biscuit. Shao L. Tamamo. James M.I. James me? I don't... That's that initials throwing me off. I'm Jolt. Mason G. Bear 6875. Trevor T. Serdy Danchez. Great name. Craig H. It's me, Craig. It's also a great name. People in this league, man, they got great names. You guys, keep it up because I love what I'm seeing. Nathan C. Plasma Grunt. And Ben A. Jank in the Tank. Yeah, it's back. The Memoriam segment is back, and I'm sorry to see you all go. I hope you come back for Plains Chase. It's going to be a wild one. So it looks like we're switching different planes, different rules every week. I believe it's a Chaos League where packs can come from all over. So you know me, winner of Chaos 2. I'm looking forward to a Chaos League, and hopefully I can keep up with what's happening on the plains each week. I may have to move the release date of my podcast for that league to whenever the planes reset, so I know what they are and I can maybe talk about them a bit. I don't know. I got to look into the rules and what the actual plan for that is, because I don't want to be behind. I don't want to just every week go, and the plane this week was this, and next week I don't know yet. Come back next week. I want to be ahead of it. I want to be on top of it. I want to talk about it. So we may change release schedule a little bit next league, depending on when the new planes come out. I haven't figured all that out yet. I have to look into it. And that's going to do it for the show, everybody. I hope you're having a great week 4. I hope you're still alive, and I hope you're heading into week 5 with a positive outlook. I know some people might just be scraping in, barely alive. Your Rafael F's, who still has 4 more games to get in as I record. Rafael, you going to play me and just lose? Oof. Come on, man, you can do it. And don't give up, because every league there's usually one person who kind of goes on some big win streak and still makes the Mega Draft in the top 8 because they were able to win 8 out of their last 10 games and make it up. I know I only got 2 losses left, so very good chance your boy Goku is going to be eliminated next week in week 5. And week 5 is always if you beat me, you come on the show. Whoever knocks me out, I always invite them on the show to kind of talk about what an honor it is to beat such a prestigious member of this league. And really just rub it in my face a little bit, because I'm kind of a good sport. And I want to bring you on, and I'm such a good sport, I want to bring you on my show and then make you feel bad. What a great sport I am. Isn't that your favorite part of, the football season? When, someone gets knocked out of the Super Bowl and then they have to go to the other team's stadium and talk about what a great game that team played? Oh, it's my favorite part. Well, until that happens, till the Super Bowl comes around, I hope that you get to keep a very good 7, a strong starting 7. And I hope that shuffler is in your favor, because in the games I lose, it is not. That shuffler is not doing me any favors, and I'd love for them to fix that and to give me my default basic lands, please. I've waited long enough. I don't know why I have to keep talking about it. One day I'm going to find the article where they said they were going to do that and find out exactly how long ago that was. I swear it's been at least a year, if not longer, that they said they were working on that. I'll see y'all next week as we get ready for week 6 on Hunt the Week. Bye, everybody.